We love animals, right? Then why is it that every second, around 2,600 animals are killed for food? By the time you finish listening to this sentence, that figure will have reached around 30,000. In our entire recorded history, 619 million humans have been killed by war. We kill the same number of animals every 3 days. And this isn't even including fish and other sea creatures, whose deaths are so great, they are only measured in tons. George Bernard Shaw writes, "We are the living graves of murdered beasts, slaughtered to satisfy our appetites. We never pause to wonder at our feats. If animals, like men, can possibly have rights. For all our intelligence, we have still failed to grasp the simple reality that we need the planet more than the planet needs us. And that is why I have created this film series." In 2023, England's pig population fell to its lowest level in more than a decade. Today, there are 477,000 less pigs than last year, and yet, the total number of pigs bred and slaughtered for food has increased. Most pigs bred for food around the world begin life in a farrowing crate, a small pen with a central cage designed to allow the piglets to feed from their mother, the sow, while preventing her from moving around. The frequency of stillborn or mummified piglets generally increases with each litter as the sows' bodies become less capable of handling the large litter sizes encouraged by the industry. 10 to 18% of piglets who are born alive won't make it until the age of weaning, succumbing to disease, starvation, or dehydration, or being accidentally crushed by their trapped mothers. Included in the death toll are the runts of the litter, who are considered economically unviable and are killed by the staff. Those who survive the first few days are mutilated without pain relief, their tails and teeth cut to reduce cannibalism, and pieces cut from their ears or tags punched in as a means of identification. They are taken from their mothers at around 3 to 5 weeks of age, most destined for slaughter around 5 months later. As they age, they are moved into grower pens, crowded together in their own waste. Stuck in these small pens for months at a time, they turn to cannibalism. Some female pigs are kept on to replace the sows in the breeding cycle, carefully selected for their perceived ability to produce large litters. Most pig farms utilize artificial insemination rather than natural mating, as it allows them to impregnate up to 30 to 40 female pigs from a single boar. Workers collect the semen by masturbating the boars. Then, they insert it into the sows via a raised catheter. Boars are still physically used to excite the females prior to insemination, but they are prevented from actually mating. When confirmed pregnant, the sow is moved into one of 2 types of confined housing for the entirety of her 16-week gestation. Sow stalls are individual cages in which, like in the farrowing crates, sows are only able to take 1 or 2 steps forwards or backwards, but they are unable to turn around. While gradually being phased out, sow stalls remain entirely legal in many parts of the world. When given the choice, pigs will relieve themselves far away from where they sleep and eat. The extreme confinement takes a heavy psychological toll. The alternative, group housing, sees pregnant pigs packed into small concrete pens. A lack of space and stimuli can cause the pigs to become aggressive. Those who fall into the effluent system through gaps in the flooring are left to starve or drown in the river of waste. A week before they are due to give birth, they are moved into the farrowing crate cages, where they will remain for the next 4 to 6 weeks. Unable to exercise, the sow's muscles will weaken to the point where she has difficulty standing up or lying down. To minimize muscle wastage, workers will force her to stand up at least once daily. She'll develop sores from the hard surfaces, or prolapses and infections from the physical strain of repeated farrowing and the poor conditions, which can also lead to partial paralysis, preventing her from reaching the food and water at the front of her cage. Or it can even lead to death in the cage. She will watch helplessly as her piglets fall ill and die, or get mutilated and abused by workers until they are taken away from her. She'll endure this cycle 4 times over 2 years before she is replaced and sent to slaughter, or killed and dumped on site. The term bred free range simply means that pigs are born outside in small huts, but then they spend the rest of their lives in sheds, facing the same overcrowding, health and behavioral issues as at any pig farm, whilst being knee-deep in their own waste. Capable of living 10 to 12 years, most pigs are killed at just 5 to 6 months old, packed onto transportation trucks and driven, often long distances to the slaughterhouse, without food, water, or protection. At the slaughterhouse, they will wait in small concrete or metal holding pens, typically overnight, without food and with limited or no access to water. In the morning, they are forcefully herded to the kill floor, often with an electric prodder. The most common method of stunning and killing pigs around the world, and touted as the most humane and efficient option, is the carbon dioxide gas chamber. A system of rotating cages lowers the fully conscious pigs into the heavily concentrated gas, which begins to burn their eyes, nostrils, throat and lungs while suffocating them. Lower concentrations of carbon dioxide would cause less pain and stress, but would take much longer to render the pigs unconscious, making it economically unviable. Sows are sent into the chamber gondolas, one at a time. Because of their size, the gas is less effective, with some sows emerging partly conscious, in which case they may also be electrically stunned afterwards. Tipped out the other side of the chamber, the pigs' throats are cut, and they are bled out. Electrical stunning, used at smaller slaughterhouses, has a much higher chance of failure. Incorrect amperage, positioning of the stunner, or length of time applied, or failing to cut the throat quickly enough, can lead to the pig being nearly paralyzed and unable to move, while still capable of feeling pain or regaining consciousness while bleeding out. Blinking and rhythmic breathing are strong indicators of consciousness. One by one, they are picked off in front of each other. Captive bolt pistols are another option used by smaller slaughterhouses. The penetrative variety fire a rod through the skull of the animal to permanently damage their brain, preventing them from regaining consciousness, while non-penetrative bolt pistols deliver blunt force trauma. Effective stunning requires the gun to be angled and positioned at the correct part of the head, which is often difficult if the head is not restrained. Having witnessed their litter mates being killed before them, or being able to smell the blood on the floor, many are reluctant to enter the knockbox. The bolt gun is even less effective on larger pigs. For them, a rifle may be used as an alternative. In this case, accuracy is even more difficult. After they have been bled out, pigs are dropped into tanks of scalding water in order to soften their skin and remove bristles and hair. Those who haven't been stunned and killed properly finally die by drowning. waste products. The skins, bones, hoofs, guts and fat are trucked to the rendering plant to be turned into lard for use in food, soaps, lubricants and biofuel, or into other products like gelatin.